King Edward's VI College, Centre number 20570, Theatre Studies Unit 2, performance of Top Girls. My name is Chelsea Little, my candidate number is 4537 and I play Marley.
My name is Heather Fantham, my candidate number is 4278 and I play Pope Joan.
My name is Bethany Bradley, my candidate number is 4107 and I play Griselda.
My name is Keely Davis, my candidate number is 4231 and I play Lady Nijo.
My name is Bethan Bamfield, my candidate number is 4055 and I play the character of Isabella Bird.
My name is Rebecca Ingram, my candidate number is 4447 and I play the waitress in Joyce.
My name is Peace Osazua, my candidate number is 5029 and I play Dawn Grep.
Magnificent, all of you. Need some more wine, please? 2 bottles, I think. Oh, Griselda isn't even here yet, and I want to drink a toast to you all.
What's yourself, surely? We're here to celebrate your success.
Yes, what is it exactly, Marlene?
Well, it's not Pope, but it's managing director.
And you find work for people?
Yes, an employment agency.
Oh, for all the women you work with, and the men.
And very well deserved too. I'm sure it's just the beginning of something extraordinary.
Well, it's one party.
To Marley.
On to Oliver.
Marlene!
Marlene.
Hello.
And to our courage. And to our extraordinary achievement.
Our extraordinary achievements!
Oh, such adventures. We were crossing a mountain pass at 7,000 feet and the cook was all to pieces and the Maltese suffered fever and snow blindness. But even though my spine was agony, I managed very well.
Wonderful. Once I was ill for 4 months, lying alone in the inn. Nobody to offer a horse to Buddha. I had to live for myself, and I did live.
Of course you did, but it was far worse returning to Tobermory. I always felt dull when I was stationary.
Yes,
that's why I could never stay anywhere.
Besides the shrine by the beach, the moon shining on the sea. The goddess had vowed to say all living things.
I had thought the Pope would know
She
everything.
would even say riches. I was full of hope.
I had thought that God would speak to me directly, but of course he knew I was a woman.
But no one else even suspected.
Oh, in the end I did take a lover again.
In the Vatican.
Take you warm. He was one of my chamberlains. There is such a lot of servants when you're Pope. The food is very good. And I realised that I did know the truth, because whatever the Pope says is true.
What was he like, the chamberlain?
Big cock!
Fancy when you thought you were a feather.
He knew how to keep a secret.
So you did know everything.
Yes, I enjoyed being Pope. I consecrated bishops and let people kiss my feet. I received the King of England when he came to submit to the church. Unfortunately, there were earthquakes, and some village reported it in rain blood, and somewhere in France it's a plague of giant grasshoppers, but I don't think that could have been my fault to you. Yes, the bodies of the grasshoppers fell into the English Channel, washed across the shores, rotted, and poisoned the air, and everyone in those parts died.
Such superstition. I was nearly murdered by a howling mob in China. They thought the barbarians ate babies and put them under railway sleepers to make the tracks steady and ground up their eyes to make the lenses of cameras.
And you had camera.
So they were shouting, child eater, child eater, and some of them tried to sell girl babies to Europeans for cameras or stew.
So apart from the grasshoppers, it was a huge success.
Oh yes, I expected it hadn't been for the baby. I would have lived to a great old age like Theodora of Alexandria, who lived as a monk. Now she was accused by
What happened to a baby? I had some babies.
Did you think of getting rid of it?
Wouldn't that have been a worse sin than having it? Besides, hoping a child was about as bad as possible. But I wouldn't have known how to get rid of it.
Well,
give birth to them.
Well, you were a woman.
Exactly, and I shouldn't have been a woman. Women, children, and lunatics can't be both.
So, the only thing to do is get rid of them.
I didn't know what was happening. Yes, I thought I was getting fatter, but then I was sitting around a lot and eating a lot more. The life of a Pope was very luxurious. I hadn't spoken to a woman since I was 12. It was the chamberlain who finally realised.
So I bet it's too late.
Oh, I chose to do nothing. It was easy just to ignore it.
But you had to plan for Harry if you had to say you were ill and go away.
That's what I should have done, I suppose.
Did you want them to find out?
Well, I was often in embarrassing situations. There's no need for a scandal. My first child was His Majesty's, which unfortunately died. But my second was at the moment. I was 17. He was in love with me when I was 13. He was very upset when I had to go to the Emperor. It was very romantic, a lot of poems. And now His Majesty hadn't been in for 2 months, so he thought I was 4 months pregnant when I was really 6. So, when I reached the 9th month,
I never knew what month it
I was
was.
seriously ill, and Akimano announced he had gone on a religious retreat. He held me on the waist and lifted me up as the baby was born. He cut the cord with a short sword, wrapped the baby in white, and took it away. It was only a girl, but I was sorry to lose it. Then I told the Emperor that I miscarried because of my illness, and there you all have the dangerous past.
Yes, but Nigel, I wasn't used to having a woman's body.
So, what happened?
I didn't know, of course, that it was near the time. It was Rogation Day. There's always a procession. I was on the horse in my robes, and a huge cross was carried in front of me. And all the cardinals followed behind, all the clergy of Rome, a huge crowd of people.
Total Pope.
We set off from St. Peter's to go to St. John's. Now, I had felt a slight pain earlier that morning, but I thought it was something I'd eaten. But then it came back, and came back more often. I thought, oh, when this is over, I'll go home and go to bed. There were still long nights when I felt perfectly all right, and I didn't want to attract attention to myself and spoil the ceremony. Then suddenly I realised what it must be. I thought I must get home and hide. And something started to change. My breath, it started to catch, and I couldn't plan things properly anymore. We were in a small street that runs between St. Clement's and the Colosseum, and I just had to get off the horse and sit down for a moment. Great waves of pressure were passing over my body, and I heard sounds like a cow lowing, and they were coming out of my mouth. And far in the distance, I heard people shouting, "The Pope is ill! The Pope is dying!" The babe just slid out onto the road.
The chamberlains were very well.
One of the cardinals was shouting, "The Antichrist!" and fell over in a flame.
So what did they do? They weren't meant to be.
They took me out of me, dragged me out of town, and stoned me to death.
How horrible.
Oh, I don't really remember.
And the child died too?
Oh, yes, I think so. Yes.
I never had any children. I was very fond of horses.
I thought my daughter, she was 3 years old. She wore a flower.
Bird was my favourite. A little tree mare over the Rocky Mountains.
Everyone thought I was just a visitor. She was being brought up carefully so she could be sent to the palace like I was.
Legs of iron and always cheerful. Oh, such a pretty face. If a stranger led her, she reared up like a bronco.
I never saw my third child after he was born, the son of Ariaki the priest. Ariaki held him on his lap the day he was born and talked to him as if he could understand and cried. My fourth child was Ariaki's too. Ariaki died before he was born. I didn't want to see anyone. I stayed alone in the hills. It was a boy again, my third son, but oddly enough, I felt nothing for him.
How many children did you have, Brett?
10. Whenever I came back to Edinburgh, I felt I had so much to atone for. Henry and John were so good. I did no good in my life. I spent years in self-gratification. So I hurled myself into committees. I nursed the Young Women's Christian Association. Association of Thrift. I talked and talked about how the East was corrupt and vicious. My journeys had to do good to somebody beside myself. I wore myself out with good causes.
God, why are we all so miserable?
The procession never went down that street again.
They were Richard especially.
Oh, yes, they had to rearrange and go all around it. Oh, but they did introduce a pierced chair.
A pierced chair.
It was a chair made of solid marble with a hole in the seat.
You're not serious.
And it was in the chapel of the Saviour. And when he was elected Pope, he had to sit in it.
Someone looked at the skirts, not really.
What an extraordinary thing.
Two of the clergy made sure he was a man.
Pierced chair.
He had to sit there and look dignified. Big one, small one. Other than the top of money and
Very bother. Have you eaten?
I'm not hungry.
Have some pudding.
I love big pudding.
Zelda, I don't know if you're anorexic. We're all having pudding. Well, I am getting nice and fat.
Well, if everyone is, I suppose I don't mind.
Now, who do you know? This is Joan, who was a pope in the 9th century. Isabella Bird, Victorian traveller. Lady Nijo, Empress Concubine, prisoner. 13th century. Near your own time. Mrs. Gratz. It was painted by Royal. Yes, well, Zelda is in Picasso, Clark and Chaucer because of her extraordinary marriage. Ew, I like the dolls because they're disgusting.
Spaglione, please.
Apple pie and cream.
Oh, what's this? Oh, spaghetti, it's Italian. Sure, Italian, it's delicious.
Oh, Roman Catholic dessert.
Bread,
Cake.
just cheese and biscuits. Thank you. Yes, Griselda's life is very much like a fairy story, except it starts marrying the prince.
He's only a marquis, Marlene.
Never around for miles is his lead, and he was the lord of life and death. And you were the poor, beautiful peasant girl, and he whisked you off your feet.
The prince. I was brought up in court circles. It was still a shock. Had you seen him before?
I'd seen him riding by. We all had. He'd seen me in the fields with the sheep.
Ah.
I would have been well suited to minding sheep.
And Miss Newton driving by.
Of course not, Nigel. I lived a healthy life in the open air.
So you mean to say he just rode up to you whilst you were minding the sheep and asked you to marry him?
It was on the wedding day. I was waiting outside to see the procession. We all wanted him to get married so there'd be an heir to the
I
bride.
didn't think Walter wanted to get
Last
married.
seen out to date for
Mrs. Walter.
Nobody knew who the bride
Yes.
was. We all thought it must be a foreign princess. We were longing to see her. And then the carriage. It stopped outside our cottage. I couldn't see the bride anywhere. And he came and spoke to my father.
And your father told you to serve the prince.
My father could hardly speak. The Marquis said I could say no. But I said yes. I was always obeying him in everything.
That's when you should have suspected.
But of course the wife must obey her husband. And of course
I
I must
sort of
obey
obeyed
the
you,
King.
John, of course. That never seemed to rise. Naturally, I would never have wanted to go abroad while I was married.
Why not to make it at all? Just think about it, that's why.
I'd rather obey the Marquis than avoid him living.
Well, yes, that's a point.
I never obeyed anyone. They all obeyed me.
He didn't make you get married in your own clothes. That would be perverse.
Oh, you wait. He had ladies with me who would dress me. And white silk dress and jewels to my hair.
At first he seemed perfectly normal.
Marlene, you're always so critical of him.
Oh, come on,
He's
Griselda.
very kind.
He took your baby!
Walter found it hard to believe I loved him. He couldn't believe I would always obey him. He had to prove it.
I don't think Walter likes
I'm
me.
sure he loved me, Marlene, all the time.
He just had a very funny way of showing it.
It's hard for him too.
How do you mean he took away your baby?
No, that was a girl.
Even so, it's hard when they take it away. Did you see it all?
married to a young girl from France, and nobody except me knew how to arrange
I didn't know a woman's life, I don't understand it.
6 coffee, 6 brandies. Double brandies.
far more beautiful than me. I could see why she loved her. She had a younger brother with her as a page. And then we all went to the feast I prepared. Yes. And then he stayed behind. His arms around me and kissed me.
Oh, that's intriguing. Shock. And he says, this is your daughter and your son.
Yes.
What?
Oh, I see. You got them back.
I did think it was remarkably barbaric to kill them, but he learned not to say anything. So he had them brought up secretly, I suppose.
What have you done? What did you do? Weren't you angry?
Well, I fainted. And then I cried and kissed the children.
But did you feel anything for them? Did you feel anything for the children?
Of course, I love them.
So you forgave him and lived with him?
He suffered so much, awful as he is.
Penny had the same sweet nature.
And they dressed you again?
Cloth of gold.
I can't forgive anything.
You really are exceptional, Father.
Nobody's getting back my children.
I can never be like Henny. Whenever I came back to England, I was so busy, a kind of business I detested. The very presence of people exhausted my emotional reserves. I could never be like Henny, however I tried. I tried and was ill as could be. The doctor suggested a steel net to support my head. The weight of my own head was too much for my diseased spine.
Don't cry.
It's dangerous.
Everyone's outside in the autumn.
Why should I do it? Yes, why should I?
Don't cry.
They wouldn't let me into the palace when my father was dying. I was in the room with his coffin, but I couldn't find where I left my shoes. I ran after the funeral procession in bare feet. I couldn't keep up. When I got there, it was over. A few wisps of smoke in the sky. That's all that was left of him. What I want to know is, if I'd still been at court, would I have been allowed to wear full mourning?
Oh, I'm sure you would.
Why did you say that? You don't know anything about it. Would I have been allowed to wear full mourning?
How can people live in this dim, pale island and wear our hideous clothes? I cannot and I will not live the life of a lady.
Of course not.
I'll tell you something that made me angry. I was 18 at the full moon ceremony. They make a special rice woman skirt with their sticks. Then they lead their women across the lines, so they have sons and not daughters. Well, the emperor beats very hard, as usual. That's not it. What made us angry, he told us the tenants they would beat us too. Well, they have a wonderful time. So Lady Yankee and I made a plan, and all the ladies hid in his rooms. The lady made a meeting with guard the door with a stick, and when His Majesty came in, Yankee seized him, and I beat him till he cried out, and promised to never order anyone to hit us again. Afterwards, there was a terrible fuss. The nobles were horrified. We would never dream of stepping on Your Majesty's shadow. And I hit him with a stick. Yes, I hit him with a stick.
Ave Maria, turbanti può sempre ora tentis, et era magma, diego spettate da bone, non più adversari, per quam sia cunda voluptas, sequibus ipsimalis, carias carares suaves, suave tia vericat, tumina magna tueri, per capo instructa, tuat sine parti pericli, sed nel doccio ses, bene promunita tenere, edica doctrina sapientum templa serena, onde despicere, agios, acque, passita vite, et cantare sique. Cantare ingegno, comprendere come spiriti prestanti lebore, retunci, o miserat, ibectore caica, qualibus in tenebris, suave maries, quod quest erania atcut, retumite, fidelity meum, et mortisque, and retus suave.
Shut up, pet.
She's been to hell. It's like the village where I come from. There's a river and a bridge and houses. There's places on fire where the soldiers come. There's a big devil sat on the roof with
but most of us find the devils. There's lots of little devils round your feet, funny creatures like rats and lizards, nasty things, fish with legs, one with a face, and faces on things that don't have faces on. No, not you. You just keep on going. We'd have Rush, you see. We'd have Spanish. We'd all had family killed. My big son died on a wheel. Birds. Birds eat him! My baby. A soldier run her through with a sword. I'd had enough. I was mad. I hate the bastards! I come out my front door that morning and I shout to my neighbours, come out. And I said, come on, we're going where the evil comes from and pay the bastards out! And they all came out. Just afterwards, all the ladies come from baking and washing in their aprons. And we push down the street and the ground opens up into a big mouth, into a street just like ours. But now, I've got a sword in my hand from somewhere and I fill up a basket with gold cups that the drink was down there. You didn't stop for nothing. You just kept on running and fighting. Oh, we give them down such a beating!
Something more distant members vacuum pectus down. Quite ridiculous. Something, on and on and on. Splendor purpurea.
I decided to go on one last jaunt up the West River of China. But the doctors were so very grave. I just went to Morocco. I had to be lifted in by a ship's crane in a coal bucket. And my voice was such a terror to me. A power-blown black charger. So off I went. Activated to visit the Berber sheiks in full blue trousers and great brass bows. I was the only European woman to have ever met the Emperor of Morocco. I was 70 years old. What lengths to go to for last chance of joy? Even though I knew marathon to me was only temporary. But wonderful while it lasted.
Doesn't matter to me who you are and what your background is. If you want to use your own efforts to work harder, yes, I'm with you. You can do so only by borrowing your savings or by taxing you more. And it's no good thinking that someone else will pay. That someone else is you.
Came this morning. Spent the day in Ipswich. But I've seen her there.
Did she recognise you?
Been trying to be fair.
Oh no, she does wonder.
She wasn't wondering at all. She's very lucid.
You were very lucky there.
Fucking awful.
Don't tell me.
Fucking.
Don't talk to me.
Why shouldn't I talk? Why shouldn't I talk?
Look, you've left, you've gone away. We can
Oh,
do
I
without
left
you.
home. So what? I left home. People do.
We
leave home.
understand
It's
that.
normal.
We can do without you.
We weren't happy. Were you happy?
Don't come back.
It's just your mother, is it? Your child. You were just jealous because I was the little one and I was.
I'm not clever enough for all this psychology, if that's
Well,
what
we
it
have
is.
different family. That's all.
Just don't go on about Mum's life when you haven't been to see it for how many
So
years.
to me.
I go and see her every week.
Don't go and see her every
Somebody has to.
week. No, they don't. Why do they?
Haven't I been
Oh, not better.
said you
Yes,
were,
yes,
Jessie. You shouldn't have had it if you
Oh,
wasn't
here
going to
we
keep
go.
it. You was the most stupid for someone so clever. You were the
You
most
said
stupid.
you wanted it.
Get
You
yourself
said you
pregnant,
would
not
have.
go to
I
the
don't
doctor
know
and
that.
not tell.
You said I was glad you haven't got rid of it. I'll look after it. You said that down by the river. So, what are you saying now, sunshine? You don't want
Of course I'm not saying that.
Because wake her up and pass
You
on
know how to begin to look after her.
Don't you want her?
Of course I do. She's my
Then
child.
what's she going on about, boy?
You said I got her off you.
I said you were lucky the way.
Have a child now if you want one. You're not old.
I'm not.
Good.
Been on the pill for so long, I'm sterile.
Listen, when Andrew was 6 months old, I did get pregnant. And I lost it because I was so tired looking after your fucking baby because she cried so much. Yes, I did tell you. And the doctor said if I'd sat at home all day with my feet up, then I would have kept him. And that's the only chance I've ever had after that.
Shall I tell you about them? Are you interested? Well, I would. It's boring. It wasn't a problem anyway. I don't like messy talk about blood. What
Well, that's
about
how you already the
I
doctor
don't
said.
want to say. I don't want to spread gossip.
Then stop trying to get Andy off me.
I come down here after 6 years. All evening you say I don't come down after enough. If I don't come for another 6 years, she'll be 21. Will that be good enough for you?
That'll be fine, yeah. 6 years would suit me fine.
Afraid of this. I only came because I thought you wanted. But just once.
Don't grizzle, Maureen, for God's sake. Maureen. Come on, Pet. I love you, really. Fucking stop it, will you?
No. Let me cry. I like it. You would cry if I wasn't careful.
Everyone's always crying around here. Nobody takes any notice.
I'm really good at it, Andrew.
Don't get carried away.
I can't write letters, but I do think
You're getting drunk. I'm going to make some tea.
lovely.
I can see why you'd want to leave. It's a dump here.
What's the start being frank?
Oh, he was always going on, wasn't he? If I wanted to go out in the evening, he'd go mad. Even if it was nothing. A class. I was going to an evening class. Anyway, he had this girlfriend, only 22, poor cow. So I said, go on, off you go, hopping. I don't even think he liked her.
So what did you do about money?
I've always said I don't want your money.
No. Did he give you any money?
I've got 4 different cleaning jobs. Adds up. There's not a lot around here.
Does Andrew miss it?
She doesn't say.
She seen it.
He was never really that fond of her, to be honest.
She went to kiss me once we were engaged.
Did you fancy him?
Oh! No, you look like a fish.
He was lovely then. Well, I did. For about 3 years.
You got someone else.
There's not a lot around here. Mind you, the minute you're on your own, you'd be amazed how your friend's husbands drop by. I'd sooner do without.
I don't see why you can take my money.
I do, so don't bother about it.
You've only got to ask.
So what about you? Good job.
Good for a laugh.
Oh, good
Got
for
back
more
from
than a
the
laugh.
USA a little while ago and popped into the speaking government agency and still there now.
You can always find yourself work then.
Oh, definitely.
And men.
Oh, there's always men.
No one special.
They all like to see the high-flying lady. She's got something in her pants, I suppose. They can't handle the day-to-day. Just wait till you turn into their little. One just horrible, of course.
Who needs them?
Who needs them? Well, I do. But I need adventures more, so on and on into the sunset. I think the 80s are going to be stupendous.
Who for?
For me, I'm
Oh,
going
for you, I'm
up.
sure they will.
And for the country, I'm going to that. Get the economy going and whoosh. She's a tough lady, isn't Maggie?
You voted for them, did you?
This country needs to stop whining. Monetarism is
Oh,
not
drink your
stupid.
tea and shut up, Pet.
It takes time, determination, no more slop. And who's going to go
Well,
over
I
top?
think they're filthy
First
bastards.
woman Prime Minister, that's it. Terrific ISIS.
I suppose you'd have liked Hitler if he was a woman. Miss Hitler. Got a lot done. Hitler, Reno. Great
Lots of
adventures.
symbols on the world space. It's still
say Mother had a wasted life?
So he didn't marry second boss.
And what sort of a life did he have?
Violent life?
Working in the fields
Oh,
like an
come
animal.
off it.
Why wouldn't he want to drink? You'd want to drink. He couldn't afford whiskey.
I don't want to talk about
You
it.
started. I was talking about her. She had a rotten life because she had nothing. She went hungry.
She went home because he used to drink.
It's not all down to
You
him.
said
Their
he
lives
died.
were rubbish. They were treated like rubbish. He's dead and she'll die soon. And what
I
sort
saw
of
it
life
once. I
today?
hate that.
Do you think I didn't?
I still
He
have
didn't get to
dreams.
America and drive.
Oh, and married to
car.
American.
Bad
Just
night,
jealous.
bad
I
day.
knew I had to get out of there. I knew when I was 13. Out of their house and out of theirs.
Jealous of what
Never
you've done.
let
You're
me.
ashamed of
Never
me.
let that happen to me. Like my
You're
own way
smart
out.
friends with you. I'm ashamed of you. Think of nothing but yourself.
Oh,
You've
I
got
hate the
nothing
word
to take
narcissism.
most of
You're
us.
going to go on
Yes,
about
you
now.
do.
It doesn't exist anymore. It just means lazy and stupid.
Come on now, we're getting it.
I don't like the way they talk. I don't like beer guts and football vomit and saucy tips and.
I see it when I see a Rolls Royce scratching.
Oh, very
mature.
mature.
I hate the cows I work for, and their dirty dishes,
Oh,
and their blanket fucking boy.
by some flying people sent to Siberia or Aluminum.
Oh no, you'll be on a yacht, you'll be head
That's
over
great.
Coca-Cola. Just you like the ages of stupid
Let's
rights,
not
forget you
I'm
can't
meant
pass
to
that.
be free in a free world.
What? What?
I know what I mean by that.
So don't be round here when it happens, because if someone's kicking you, I'll just laugh.
I didn't mean anything personal. I don't believe in clubs. People can do anything if they've got what it takes.
And if they haven't.
They're lazy or stupid or frightened. Why should I not get a job?
So what about Angie? What's about Angie? She's stupid and lazy and frightened. So what about her?
You've run her down too much. She's got what it takes.
I don't expect so. No. I expect she'll tell her children what a wasted life she has, if she has any. Because nothing's changed and it won't with them in.
Oh, them, yeah?
Yes, and you're them.
And you're us, wonderful us.
Yes,
Mum and
that's
Dad,
right, and you're
Jesus.
them.
Come on, Jules, it's tonight. You've got what it takes.
I know I am.
I didn't mean all that.
I did.
But we're friends anyway?
I don't think so. No.
Well, I need to come down to the country more often. I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep. Good night then.
I hope you'll be warm enough.
Good night. Joyce.
No, no.